What is up, guys? So today we're going to talk about getting money for drugs. How did I always manage to get money for drugs, at least that 80 quid a day? I just don't understand how I could keep doing it. But I did, and the only time that I didn't raise money for drugs was when I relied on other people. You know, they'd say, "Oh, sort the bag out, I'll give you it back in the morning." I'd say, "Oh, go on then." They'd say, "Oh, I'll get paid in the morning, I'll definitely give you it back." So then you'll give him it, and then they're nowhere to be seen the next day. So then you've got no money, you're detoxing. But yeah, we're going to get into it. And I'm just going to talk about other things, what's been happening in the world. Seems like something more ridiculous happens each day. But I want to start with what happened yesterday. And I was in a bit of a mood yesterday. I didn't have a good day. I woke up, I was doing a video, and the dog started racing about, doing me head in. So I had to start again. And then I started again. I got like 15 minutes in, and my head just went blank. And I was like, fuck's sake. I was getting frustrated and agitated. So I thought, sack it, I'm going to take the dog on the field. So I took the dog on the field. I got halfway over the field, and I don't know if it was like a little mouse or a mole or something, come racing across the path, come running out the grass. And the dog, whoosh, snapped it up in less than a second. It was unbelievable. The thing come running out, and he just went, whoosh, and ate it. And I was like, well, that's not good, is it? Eating a live mouse or mole or whatever it was, that can't be good for him. So I was getting more frustrated. I thought, I'm going out on my bike, so clear my head, get a bit of fresh air. So that's what I did, and I went past McDonald's, and I could smell it. I thought, that smells nice. I don't do McDonald's, it's disgusting. I never enjoy it, but I was in a mood, it smelled nice. So I thought, sack it, I'm going to go and get a McDonald's. So I've gone and got 2 sausage muffins with a hash brown, and the first thing I noticed was, fucking hell, that's small, because I came home and I opened it up and I thought it's half as big as what it used to be, and I ate it. It was absolutely horrible, and all day all I could smell was like fat cooking oil. It stunk the whole house out. It gave me an headache. I was like, that's fucking disgusting, I'm never eating that again. And the eggs, you could tell there was like battery eggs, because we've got chicken, so we have fresh eggs. So when you have one that's not fresh, you can tell. And so yeah, it was disgusting. The whole house stunk. And then this morning I've woke up and I'm craving a McDonald's, even though it was disgusting and horrible. I don't know. They must be put like sprinkling crack on it or something. So I'm craving a McDonald's now, even though it was disgusting. But anyway, no one cares about that. So, yeah, what's been happening online? The Joey Swoll incident. Now, I love Joey Swoll. I think he's great. I think what he does is great. If you don't know what he does, he calls out people, these influencers that annoy people by doing workout videos. And they'll, like, set up a camera and they'll be fucking doing all this. And then if somebody walks past, they'll be like, yeah, I'm filming here, What is, you don't own the fucking gym. People are allowed to walk past. And what Joey Swoll does is he comments on it, and he'll upload the video and say, look, you don't own the gym. You should be ashamed. You should be kicked out. And his catchphrase is, do better. You've got to do better. And he was flying, and there'd be women on there that would go to the gym in like a thong, and then they'd be touching their toes with a fucking bum all out. With the recording, of course, and then if anyone looks over, because you can see fucking up their ass, of course you're gonna look. What the fuck's that? And then they'll be like, oh, look at this perv, look at this creep, looking at my arsehole when I'm bent over touching my toes. And Joey Swoll's like, what are you doing? He's not a creep. You fucking got no on. Of course he's gonna look. You've got to do better. And it did like a tribute to Hulk Hogan, because he's jacked as fuck. He's put the bandana on and he was doing the, and all the people online, all the snowflakes, they were all going, oh, racist, forget Hulk Hogan, you should be ashamed, doing a tribute to him. It's fucking Hulk Hogan. The guy's a legend. The guy is a wrestling legend. He's a pioneer. He's everything. He's transcended wrestling. He's an icon. So if you want to do a tribute to Hulk Hogan, go for it. But they're all losing their minds, saying, oh, he's racist, you should be ashamed. It's because he said something 20 years ago in the comfort of his own home while he was frustrated, you know what I mean? And yeah, Hulk Hogan was a bit of a knob. He was a liar. But the guy was a fucking legend. And he did a tribute, and they're all saying, you should be ashamed. They're all losing their minds. And he did the worst thing that you can do. He folded and apologised. Well, let me tell you something, brother. You don't apologise for doing a tribute to Hulk Hogan, right? They should apologise. He's just died. Talking shit about a man who's just died. And yeah, he apologised. Now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Charles Sonnen and all the fighters are all saying, you bitched out. Absolutely pathetic. And now he's switched again. Now he's saying, I'm not apologising anymore, but it's too late now. The damage is done. So yeah, that's the Joey Swoll incident. And it's happening with that Sydney Sweeney, I think her name is, this blonde chick who's proper fit. You know, she's got nice bazungas, she's got a nice crease, and she's done an advert in a pair of jeans, and it was like the catchphrase was Sydney Sweeney has got good jeans or something like that, because she's got a pair of jeans on and she's obviously got good jeans. It reminded me a bit of that To Catch a Predator show, where at the end, is the wordplay reminded me of it. At the end of the show, this guy who's just been caught in a sting, Chris says, have you got anything you want to say? And he turns around and says, yes, keep your jeans in your jeans. What are you fucking on about? You've just been caught in a sting. But it was the same kind of wording. And it's like, yeah, Sydney Sweeney, she's got great jeans. And all the fucking weirdos online, the dog's there again, all the weirdos online say, that's racist, that's racist. And I say, why? They're mentally unwell, aren't they? They're not all there. They should be in a fucking insane asylum. That's where you should put them. And there's people doing videos. There's these black women doing videos, going up to the shop where they sell these jeans, going up and going, oh, no, can't go in there. They're racist. Just fucking pathetic, mate. Racist, right? When I was growing up, racists shaved their heads, they had swastikas on the forehead, and they went around beating up black dudes. That's fucking racism, not adverts because the bird's got nice bazongas. I don't know, man. I don't know. How do we get here? It's absolutely pathetic that a blonde white woman, can't be fit anymore, because you've got all the fat, trans, fucking blue-haired land whales complaining about races. Just go away. Just go away. I don't even know what to say about it. It's pathetic. But anyway, moving on. I saw a good movie yesterday. I didn't even know this movie existed. They're the best ones, when you go in blind and you don't know what to expect. And what was it called? It was called Together. And it was the guy from Now You See Me, which is another good movie. It's an old one, like. And him and his girl, I'm not going to spoil the movie, obviously, but him and his girlfriend end up falling down a hole and drink some water and stuff happens. And it was a really good, interesting movie, It was pretty original. It kind of reminded me a little bit like The Thing from 1987 with Kurt Russell, but, it wasn't the same thing. It was just that type of body horror, They're the best ones when you go in, you don't know what's happening, and then all of a sudden somebody pulls their head off or something. It was a really good movie. I won't say it was a great movie, but I enjoyed it. I watched it the whole way through, which is usually the mark of a good movie. Because these days I'll get halfway and I'm just, fucking, this is shit. I can't be arsed with that. But yeah, it's called Together. It's a horror movie. And I saw it on one of those film sites. I don't even think it's in the cinema yet. I messaged my mate. I said, there's a good movie here. He says, I'm going to see it. It's out on Wednesday or something. I said, fucking hell, it's already on there. In HD as well. So yeah, go and watch that. That's a good movie. So let's talk now about drugs. How the hell did I always end up getting money for drugs? Now, first of all, getting money, addiction is a full 24/7 job, right? It's a full-time job. There's no days off. There's no rests. The only respite, really, if I remember, was like if you could sign on with the job centre, you got paid every 2 weeks. So you could have like a morning off. I think it was something like 90 quid. But most of the time, didn't even bother signing on, because when you're an addict, every day's the same. You lose track of the days and you'll be like, what day is it? Wednesday? Fucking hell, I'm supposed to sign on Monday. And plus you have to go in there for an hour and wait. And addicts can't do that. You can't be waiting nowhere. There's money for drugs to be earned. And it's a 24-hour job. You're on the go as soon as you wake up till you go to bed. There's no days off, no Sunday lying, because if you call in sick, then you're going to be sick all day. And I would always manage to get the money for the drugs, always. At least like 80 quid a day. And I would just be going out, walking for miles, going into places. I was stood at a place where I went, like a building, an office building, what I'd been in before. I think I'd nicked a screen from there or a laptop or something. And I'm not condoning this, you know, it's disgusting behaviour. I'm deeply embarrassed and ashamed that I used to go and steal this stuff, but I was an addict, you know, and money was the most important thing. I didn't care about hurting people's feelings or none of that. And I was stood outside this place, and I've been in there before a couple of times, nicking stuff. And I was looking at it thinking, there was someone on the, reception area. There were stairs going up, there was people coming in and out. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe I actually walked in there, walked past security and all that with a shirt on, with my hair slicked back, looking like the world's scruffiest businessman. And I can't believe I walked in there. And I was rooting around, stealing fucking computers and stuff. And I could never imagine doing it now. Now I'm sober, you know. I could never in a million years. I pride myself on honesty. I could never imagine having the balls to just walk in there, let alone go rooting around stealing. It's crazy. But I used to do that all the time. And I would always get the money. And the only time I didn't get the money, I remember one time there was a guy who was in a flat, who was staying at his flat. I can't remember his name, he's probably fucking dead now, everybody's dead now. And we had the money, it was me and my girlfriend, we were homeless, so we were staying at his flat, we'd give him something for staying there. And he didn't have no drugs, and he was getting paid the next morning, and we had our gear for the morning. And he's saying, oh, come on, you know I get paid in the morning, you know, doing the whole fucking crap. I'll give it back in the morning, first thing, definitely. And I was like, fucking, go on then. And then the next morning, he's not there. So we're thinking, well, he must have gone to get his money, he'll be back any minute. So we sat there getting more and more ill. He comes back about 5 o'clock at night. Oh, yeah, I didn't get my money. And by now, we're in full detox. You know, we've got no money, no way of getting any money. You can't go out fucking grafting, shoplifting when you're full-blown rattling. I think it was a Saturday as well, so if I'd have got locked up, I'd have been there till Monday. And, you know, I can't remember what we did. I think we ended up getting some money somehow, but it was a fucking slog. You know, it was horrible. It was miserable. And that's what it's like being an addict. It's a 24-hour job, just constant, on the go all the time. And even when you get the money, you come back, you do your drugs, and then you're off again. And that's the only times I didn't have money is when I relied on other people, because you can't rely on anybody when you're in that world of addiction. Even if all you've got is a tenner bag, people want it. You know, that's why there's always people getting robbed and battered just for tenner bags. It's crazy the amount of times I got robbed just over a tenner. You know, seeing people get smashed with fucking pieces of wood over a £10 bag. I remember there's one guy who we sent in to get some drugs for us, because we couldn't score off the guy, but this guy could. He was a homeless beggar, and he says, oh, go and score for us. And I said to him, mate, I said, you fucking rip us off him. He says, you wouldn't dare. So I says, all right then. And he's come back and he's ripped us off. And he opened it. He says, you fucking been into this? He says, I ain't. He says, right. So you ain't got no gear? He said, no, I ain't got no. I said, right, well, then he fucking searched him, went in his sock, bag of gear, what he took out of ours. So he just picked up a big stick, dunk, I could still hear it now, it made a right thump. Just went bonk, and he just battered him. And then every time he saw him after that moment, he texted him, you know, he would see him in the distance. And you could see him, he'd be walking down, he'd look up, he'd see him, he'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake, he'd just reach in his pocket and just give him whatever he had. So that one little thing, you know, if he hadn't have tried robbing us, then he wouldn't have been getting taxed every time he saw this kid that I was with. He wouldn't have got beat up, all that, just for what? For half a fucking bag. Pathetic, but you know, that's what it's like in that world. It's a cutthroat world. And it's a 24-hour job. But anyway, yeah, that's the video for today. It's crazy how the world is now. But I can't believe Joey Swoll fucking apologised. Never apologise. If you do something, what you believe in, I get a lot of stick now online on TikTok. By the way, if you want to do a TikTok channel, just talk about immigration. Talk about how immigration's ruined the country, and you just get tons and tons. I get like 70, 80,000 views. And all I do is just talk about barbershops and immigration, and it's just a whole list of foreigners, you know, just harassing and talking shit. But there's a lot of people who agree with me as well. I got a message the other day, I was laughing my head up, and it said, "Oi, pink boy." Fucking pink boy. But yeah, okay, I forgot what I was talking about now. Yeah, I've got views what not everybody agrees with about immigration. You know, I think it's ruining the country. I think it's terrible how it is now, putting them up in hotels with fucking 5-star meals and all that. It's ridiculous, and that is my view, and I'll stand on that. You know, I'm not going to apologise for it. But yeah, Joey Swoll apologised, but it's probably ruined his channel now. If you put something up, you believe in it, then don't apologise. You know, that's their problem. A lot of them are mentally unwell anyway. But anyway, that's the video for today. If you like this video, press the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. March 2, YouTube, March 2.